What's going on, guys? We're back in another video on the channel, and today we have a class up for the FAL. And I literally could not tell you the last time I died by this gun. It's pretty much the worst assault rifle in the game, 1000% the worst assault rifle in the game. There's really no saving this gun. This gun's garbage. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This gun's terrible. But I was recently using the FAL to get chrome camo on my assault rifles, and this is the best class up that I personally found, and it's literally the only class up that I recommend you guys to use on this gun if you guys are playing ground war. Everything else is literally, this is garbage, man. You need these certain attachments to make this gun work. There's a couple things I'll talk about switching, but before we get into the attachments, man, you guys hit that like button, the subscribe button, notification bell. Let's get to 20 likes on the video. You guys have been absolutely killing the videos. I know you guys are on lockdown and you really got nothing else to do, so I appreciate you guys stopping by my videos, watching the class ups. Hope you guys are keeping yourself busy in this weird ass time in our in the U.S., at least in the world, I guess. So stay safe, guys, and let's get right into the attachments. I run the XRK Marksman barrel. It's easily the best barrel you can use. It allows you to get that damage range plus the recoil control, and those are the two things you need on this gun because this base variant of the gun is terrible. I use the Commando foregrip for more recoil stabilization, the 24 round mag. Once again, this can be switched out. It's all personal preference on that one. Simple grip, essential in every single one of my class setups, and then I do run a sight on my class setup. But if you guys like the iron sights on the FAL, you guys are more than welcome to take off the optic and put on a suppressor, put on a stock, put on a laser sight, put on the burst perk, whatever you guys want to do. Make it happen, change the class up, fix it up to fit your guys' play style and how you guys prefer to play. But this is the class up that I use, the class up I found the most success with, and what I use in today's gameplay. We got the Kimbo 357s, Scavenger, Hardline, Shrapnel. You already know the vibes there for the perks, and then the lethals is Claymore and Stim Shot. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the class setup so far. Hope you guys do enjoy the gameplay where I break down the pros and cons of the FAL. And without further ado, man, I'll see you guys over in the gameplays. Alright, guys, so before we get into the pros and cons and the breakdown of the FAL, as always, I'm going to tell you guys what's going on in today's gameplay. Today's gameplay, we got a couple clips here on ground war, one on port and one on quarry. I go on a couple streaks. This first one is like a 19 kill streak, a really fast 19 kill streak with the FAL. I just joined into the game, got into the enemy spawn building, and I started going crazy. And then the quarry gameplay was me just kind of just running around the map, kind of going on a streak, streaking up against the enemies, and just this gameplay, it shows the very good show off of the FAL. A lot of long range kills, a lot of up close gunfights, a lot of sticky situations in today's gameplay. And I highly recommend you guys are going to be able to watch this and see what this class setup performs as and why it's so good and why I use it. First off, as you guys know, man, the FAL, it's not a gun that's used too much in this game. Literally, I don't think you'll ever see somebody, a sweat, running around with FAL pooping on everyone, right? It's just not something that people do. It's not a gun that someone uses. But if you guys are going for camos, you guys are looking for a class of something new to use, the FAL is definitely a very challenging gun to use in this game, and it takes a lot of skill, not skill to understand how the gun works and get the recoil patterns down and make sure you hit your shots, stuff like that. It's not a gun where you can throw on if you're new to the game and use it and completely find success, because it's a very hard gun to use. I, a lot of times, struggle to use this gun, struggle to go on even simple score streaks, and sometimes the gun is it's so bad, it's so inconsistent, but other times I can go off with it and two-tap everyone and just start shitting on people, you know what I mean? Just a very inconsistent gun. It's not a gun that, you know, you're going to be sweating with. It's just how it is. Pros and cons of it, man. Pros, range-wise, being a single-tab weapon in every single Call of Duty, the gun is supposed to be the medium to long-range assault rifle, but in this game, it's honestly a medium to short-range assault rifle. Long-range, the gun has too much recoil in Modern Warfare. There could beam people at long range, so medium range and short range is where this gun is going to be absolutely dominant. It can be a 2-shot kill if you get a headshot, but usually it's a 3-shot kill, 4-shot kill, 5-shot kill if you miss a bunch of bullets. But usually 2 to 3 bullet kill depending on how accurate you are with the gun, and you know, that's not too bad. It's just a standard single tab weapon, which is very nice. The fire rate on it for being a single tab weapon is actually really high. If you guys have a really good fire rate, you guys are trigger finger, you guys are gonna really enjoy this gun. Because of that, you can just kind of just like spray your enemies down and not really have to worry about, you know, hitting your shots. You can just kind of just tap your trigger as fast as you can and you know, kill your enemies. But if you guys don't have a good trigger finger, you just want to focusing on hitting your shots and taking your time and not like getting in the moment, like you start missing your shots and that's how you're gonna end up dying. You gotta like really focus with this gun, hit your shots, focus up, and that's when you're gonna find your success with this gun. Another pro on it is its mobility is pretty good. You know, good ADS speed, good sprint to fire speed. The hip fire on it obviously is not going to be good being a single fire weapon, so I wouldn't recommend hip firing. But you know, ADS speed, stuff like that, so that means you can get up in the enemy's faces, especially if you guys are playing against SMG players and stuff like that. You guys can, if you guys are accurate with the gun, you can pull off some nice kills, some nice feeds because of the fast fire. You can take out multiple enemies really fast. Some negatives to the gun: being a single fire weapon, this gun has a lot of recoil, a lot more recoil than I've ever seen on FAL in past years, and that's kind of what gives this gun a downside. So a huge downside to the gun is you know, being that it has a lot of recoil for a single fire weapon, which is kind of stupid. Usually all single fire weapons in all Call of Duties barely ever have any recoil. You know, for example, like the Shiva from BO3 are pretty much literally any other single fire weapon in any Modern Warfare game, at the FAL and other games, anything like that. The MK14 from Modern Warfare 3. You know what I mean? There's so many like single fire weapons in Call of Duty series that have absolutely no recoil and are really overpowered. But it happens to be the FAL. They really added a lot of recoil to the gun, making the gun not really competitive against at ranges. Like right there, like what? Like I'm not gonna, like that shot. If that guy had an AR shooting at me, I would have instantly died, man. There's just so much recoil on it, and you really have to take your time at range and hit your shots and like really focus on hitting instead of just spraying away and hoping for the best like I usually do with the single fire weapons. It does have a 20 bullet clip, I believe, with no extended mags, which it's not too bad, but 20 bullets does go a long ways in the single fire weapon, but you do find yourself reloading a lot, so that's why I ended up throwing an extended clip on it. Some other negatives is there's really not a lot of variation with the gun. You have to, if you use a certain other attachments, you're not going to be very good with it. These are honestly the best attachments possible for this gun. There's really no other options to it. I mean, you can run like an ACOG scope, a sniper scope, play really long range with it, but I don't see the point of it. There's also a burst attachment to it to make it a burst weapon, but that has way too much recoil, and that's not even close to worth it. And there's some other things that you can maybe do with the gun, but if you don't have these certain attachments, the gun is just gonna be terrible, and you're gonna be raging and stuff 24/7. So, highly recommend these attachments that I have for you guys. This is the best class up that I've found, that I've played with 1000%. There's really no other option, to be honest with you. This is the most I've ever used, the best class up I've used, and this is where I go off with. Anyways, guys, pretty much it for the breakdown of the FAL. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. The gameplays really weren't the most exciting today, but nonetheless, it was a great showcase of what the FAL is and how it performs in ground war and in certain situations. Anyways, guys, peace out. Hope you guys do enjoy, man. Stay safe from the coronavirus. You already know the vibes. I'm completely quarantined now, so not quarantined, but my state's on lockdown, so I'm going to be staying inside. I'm going to be grinding videos out for you guys. You already know what's going on there, and we're going to make some shit happen. Anyways, guys, peace out. Thank you guys so much for the support recently, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. See ya.